Hey guys, some of you guys requested this placenta review. I'm not a veterinarian, so please consult your vet for details. But in summary, you've seen this. It's an umbilical cord. It was attached to baby. Baby hangs out in this sac, which is delivered first, and is attached to but kind of separate from the placenta itself. The cord has all these vessels supplying blood to and from baby via the placenta. Placenta functions like the lungs of the baby while they're in the womb in a way, and gets nutrition from mom. This is the baby side or the fetal side of the placenta. So it's smooth and glistening, and this sac actually, it's sort of, actually right now it's inside out. And this sac would be up against touching up against these walls, and so both of the surfaces are slick because baby's moving around in here, and they rub against each other. And something that you want to check importantly is on both of the uterine horns. This is the edematous side, or the kind of swollen, puffy side, is the side that baby was on, but it's the tips. You want to make sure that the tips are intact because they don't always come out, and sometimes they remain attached inside the mom's uterus, and they can cause infection and worse things. This this hole right here is kind of where the baby came through, but this is inside out. So this kind of red pink grainy side, it's still smooth and slick, but it kind of looks granular. That's the side that was attached to mom, and it interfaces with the muscular wall of her uterus and actually transfers the nutrition and oxygen and carbon dioxide back and forth to baby. But it pretty much all looks the same. So things that you want to look for are, you want to check the sac and make sure that it's not like really brown and cloudy or really nasty yellow, because there could have been infection in there affecting baby. Same thing on this surface. It should be kind of this purple color. You want to make sure that you look at these vessels, and they kind of they're kind of like a web, and there's portions of the placenta that are supplying, and it kind of like a tree. The leaves kind of lead to branches, and they lead to the big trunk. And sometimes you can have a dead branch on the tree, and a portion of the placenta can become infarcted, and a piece will be like shriveled up or white. And usually if it's a small piece, it's like, at least in humans, it's not a big deal, but if larger portions are affected, it could have affected the baby. And then on the other side, it should all basically look like this, and you might have like some stuff like this in there. It's okay, but it should basically all look like this. Is pretty gross. You can just turn the whole thing inside out if you want, but it basically looks like this, and it's kind of like degenerating blood basically. Once it hits air, it gets a little bit more tan colored, but this part hasn't hit the air yet, so it's fresher. But it's basically should all look like that. If you leave it sit out for a while, the colors will change, so just look at it right away, and that'll be a little bit more accurate, so you're not freaking out about, it looks green, I need to have the vet come look at it, because it will change green. It's like a bruise, it starts off kind of bluish red, and then it changes colors over time. So it's the same thing will happen with this if you let it sit out. The veterinarian, if you have a vet come and helping you, responding, coming to visit during your delivery or immediately after delivery, they'll want to see the placenta to make sure it's healthy, because again, this was functioning like the lungs of the baby. in the womb, and if it's if it's damaged or if it's infected, it can severely harm the baby and create problems for it that you may not necessarily even see. Especially with an infection, a baby could be sick and you wouldn't necessarily even know, except by looking at placenta, and taking temperatures and things like that would be helpful. But this will be very helpful. It's the largest organ. Baby's largest organ is the placenta, so it's very important. That's it.